Hello chicos, ¿siguen por ahí? Gente, no tiene ni 10 minutos ni 5 minutos que los dejé, creo que ni 3, tienen que estar ahí. Alex Zúñiga. Ah, justamente, señor secretario, te estaba esperando. Fui por tacos. Bueno, es mejor gastar en eso que en tus tóxicas. Ok, Alex, Eric Reload. Hola, volví. Hola, Eric. Qué bueno, chicos. Aguanten. Seguimos con las transmisiones de sábado en la noche. Alex se ríe. Ay, honestamente, dime una peor inversión que tus inversiones antes de diciembre. Ricardo Vegas, al fin viste Rick contra Doctor Who. No, para eso tiene que estar Alex presente. Si no, no tendría tanto chiste. No sé cuánto tiempo tenga Alex libre para hacer eso. Megatron es más vil, no tiene escrúpulos ni entrañas. No conozco tanto a Megatron, Miguel, pero sí te lo creo. El negro Garca, volví. Bueno, vamos a darle rápido. Una cosa, no conozco mucho de Transformers y tampoco es que me guste mucho Dragon Ball, pero ver a Megatron contra Freezer sí se me hizo como que, ¿what? ¿Fucking what?
NordVPN and BetterHelp. Frezzer, the Dread Emperor from Dragon Ball.
And Megatron, the Decepticon commander from Transformers.
When these two dictators collide, the
Una cosa, Megatron sí era el líder de los Decepticons, no sé cómo vaya ese canon.
cosmos will tremble.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Deep in the bowels of outer space lies a monster so cruel, so callous, so evil that the universe itself trembles at his approach. Behold, the mighty Lord Frezzer.
Oh, he's adorable with the horns and that floppy tail and the... Genocide? Oh, awesome. And he's laughing. Cool.
Freezer's diminutive stature and faux gentility.
Freezer es un señor oscuro. Quizás un día hable de eso, pero el arquetipo del señor oscuro existe para los japoneses, solo que tiene pequeñas variantes, pero Freezer es un Sauron de anime.
Were intentionally
Al menos hasta que lo volvieron un chiste en Super.
deceptive and rooted in a surprising place. In response to the Japanese economic bubble at the time, Freeze's design was meant to evoke real estate speculators. Series mangaka Akira
No sabía eso. ¿En serio? ¿Freezer es un inmobiliario? Y Mewtwo también, porque algo que siempre vi es que Freezer se parece a Mewtwo, o sea, son iguales.
Toriyama has described such speculators as the worst sort of people. Yes,
No me sabía
really.
eso.
I guess you could say Frieza is more than meets the eye. Oh, wait, shit, that's later.
Much is unknown about Frieza's alien race and heritage, only that he and his father were born as mutants with abnormally high power levels.
Oh, like how the doc said my blood alcohol level was 0.8 straight out the womb. Frieza was so crazy strong that unlike most Dragon Ball characters who transform to get stronger, Frieza transforms to get...
De hecho, Toriyama se la mamó mucho, o sea, la élite del universo estaba en unos 60,000 Eran con 80.000 los seres más poderosos y Freezer de base 530, o sea, se la mamó.
Weaker, so he doesn't like accidentally nuke a planet. Only
Miguel Landry,
intentionally.
With
en
his
todas
father's
sus
empire and
encarnaciones
army
siempre
at
es
his beck and
malvado, y
call,
cuando es
Frieza
casi
would
vencido
cross the
evoluciona a
universe, conquering
Galvatron.
worlds one by one,
Dillarco.
and selling them to
Yo
the
digo que
highest
gana
bidder,
Freezer, no
just
creo que
like real
Megatron
estate
sea alguien
speculators.
And if
que le
anyone
dé
objected,
batalla.
he'd
Yo
just
pienso
kill them,
igual.
their entire family, and everyone they
Darkman,
ever
tú
knew.
Alex ya contó la
Just like real
creepypasta de
estate
Nelly. No.
speculators. While he usually lets his weird
El gato
multicolored
Garca.
alien
Por
grunts
si
do
no
his
sabes
dirty
que
work for
Charlie,
him,
en Dragon
Frieza's
Ball un
not afraid to
planeta
throw down
solo se
himself,
destruye cuando
especially if some
destruyen el núcleo,
spiky-haired space
y
monkeys
si un
start getting
individuo
too uppity
pasa
for
su
their own
poder de
good.
10.000
Frieza's
ya puede
strength comes
destruir
from
un
his innate.
planeta. Pues yo recuerdo que Vegeta destruyó un planeta mientras iba en camino a la Tierra y solo le dio por encimita y cosas así, o sea, he visto que los destruyen de manera diferente. Pero pues sí, o sea, de que bastan unos 10.000 de poder, eso sí lo sé. O sea, de hecho
Understanding
es
and manipulation
obvio.
of his own ki, or life energy, which he can use to enhance his physicality or manifest into projectile attacks.
Like his classic Death Beam, Death Bowl, Death Wave, Death Cannon, Death Saucers. Yeah, I'm sensing a theme here.
Frieza can move mountains with his mind, fire laser beams from his eyes, create ki force fields, and he even learned to sense the ki of
Una cosa, no creo que cuente que están moviendo cosas con la mente. En Dragon Ball no existe la telepatía, o corríjanme, la telequinesis, perdón. Como tal, están moviéndolo con el ki, que no sería exactamente lo mismo.
others through sheer observation alone. He's fast.
El gato Garca, bueno, así se explica porque cuando lanza una bola de energía no destruye la Tierra. Mira, te digo, no es que a mí me interese Dragon Ball, pero hasta donde yo he visto, impactar la Tierra con un poder como de 10.000, un planeta, dependiendo del tamaño, ya es suficiente para destruirlo. O sea, Vegeta casi destruye la Tierra cuando chocó energías con Goku en Kaioken por 3. Incluso creo que si Freezer no destruyó Namek de golpe, sí, fue porque le faltó poder para el núcleo, pero era porque él mismo no quería quedar atrapado en la explosión porque sabía que la supernova podía incluso afectarlo a él.
Enough to keep up with Goku's ki attacks, which, scaled to the ki he absorbed for a spirit bomb against Kid Buu, could move across the universe in less than a minute. That would be over 17 quadrillion times the speed of
Ven,
light,
esos
and he's gotten even
números tan
stronger and faster
estúpidos,
since then.
You know you're a
cuatrillion.
badass when you can stroll into Planet Vegeta, a planet filled with people whose only higher aspirations involve murder and hair gel, and talk shit like you own the place. And he got so paranoid about one of them getting strong enough to kick his ass that he blew up the friggin' planet.
Considering Planet Vegeta has 10 times the gravity of Earth, this would mean it likely has 10
no.
times the mass and 100 times the energy required to overcome its gravitational binding energy and destroy it. That's over 5.3 yotatons of TNT.
And that was in his weakest form. Too bad he kinda missed a spot. Or several, because a bunch of Saiyans survived to fight another day. Space genocide just ain't what it used to be.
This would come back to bite him when he was finally forced to confront the earthbound Saiyan Kakarot, and accidentally ended up being the reason he turned into the legendary Super Saiyan.
Like the albino dildo
Esto
he
se ve
is,
bien.
Frieza has survived being pounded by Broly for
Miren.
over an hour.
Esto he visto que lo cuentan hasta los canales de Dragon Ball para hablar de poder y es una mamada. O sea, Freezer en esa película era un alivio cómico. Punto.
Restrained, crushed by Goku's spirit bomb, and then split in half, consumed by an exploding planet, and left afloat in the vacuum of space.
He can survive without the vast majority of his body, though unlike other Dragon Ball villains, he can't heal on his own.
It didn't help him that much after he got his ass sent to hell, but because of that dragon in his balls, he was back at it again.
And with just 4 months worth of training, the first time he'd ever trained in his entire life, Frieza was able to achieve a new transformation.
Esto sí, admito que fue una mamada. O sea, lo que a Goku y a Vegeta les tomó, ¿cuánto? 20 años, lo hizo en 4 meses, haciendo cardio
Capable
ligero.
of surpassing the Super Saiyan, Golden Frieza.
That's a level of laziness I aspire to, Wiz. DeviantArt Frieza here lets him keep up with Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta.
A significantly weaker Super Saiyan God Goku could blow up the whole of Universe 7 in a punch clash with the God of Destruction, Beerus. And the shockwaves of their punches were able to
Eso
reach
sí
the
es
edges
cierto,
of
miren,
existence in
recuerdo
only a
que
few
en la
seconds.
batalla de los
Over
dioses
270 quadrillion
mencionaron
times the speed of
eso,
light.
pero
And
de
that is
nuevo,
before
yo
so
no
many
le
years
tomaría
of
tanta
power-ups and
importancia
training
porque
to
ahora
let
son
them
mucho
Totally
más
crazy,
poderosos,
but nothing
siguen
compared to
peleando
his newest and greatest
y
form.
ya se les olvida eso.
Transformation capable of surpassing Goku.
Estas son partes del manga, creo, ¿no? La saga de Granola. O sea, yo no leo el manga, pero más o menos sé cómo va por la gente que le gusta y que lo termino escuchando. O sea, este es un episodio de esta temporada, güey. Eso es bueno, esta temporada va muy bien.
Their peaks at this point. A transformation even stronger than Gas, who was wished to be the strongest in the universe.
He literally said F you to the Dragon Balls. This is Black
Freezer
Frieza.
es
The all-seeing
el Joker de
Oracle
Goku.
Fish had prophesied the coming
Sí,
of the
no es el
universe's
Ex Luthor.
strongest. And perhaps he was talking about Frieza.
El negro así se
all
explica
along.
por qué
Come on,
cuando
give
lanzó
us
una
another
bola de energía
prediction.
no destruye toda la Tierra.
Oh.
Exacto.
Wiz, I think you're gonna die.
Adriel Vega,
Though, for
creo que
some
sí,
godforsaken
Pícaro
reason,
tiene
he didn't use
telequinesis.
his newfound
Pícaro
power
sí,
to kill
Pícaro
those
sí
pesky
tienen
Saiyans.
razón,
They
pero
were
es
right
que
there, you
Pícoro,
moron.
Majin Buu y
In
otros
fact, he once
personajes
committed the archvillain's
tienen
greatest sin
poderes
and
mágicos,
teamed
más
up with
allá
them
del
to
ki.
save their universe
O así
and
lo
beat
entiendo yo.
Jiren, a being comparable to the gods of
Aún me pregunto por qué Goku se
Because
imaginó
no
a
one's
Vegeta
allowed to
sin ropa.
destroy the universe but him.
And that's a promise.
¿Han notado que Goku nunca ha tenido una alucinación, un recuerdo de Milk, pero sí de Vegeta? Yo que Milk ya no dejaría a Goku a que se vayan a pescar a la montaña.
He means to
Freezer
keep.
le entró
This
a la moda de
almighty
los
emperor will
reskins.
continue to
Oh, por
rule the
desgracia.
universe with an iron grip
Freezer
and a
es el
heart
único
of
villano que no
ice.
quiere matar a Goku, solo quiere atormentarlo psicológicamente. Pues sí,
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored
en
by
el manga recién se
NordVPN.
están
It's no
preparando
secret
para la
that
pelea
Wi-Fi
contra
networks,
Freezer.
especially free public ones, can be compromised by criminals to get access to, spy on, or even alter your data. For
Lo
example,
siento,
you
Dead
want to
Battle, te
surf
voy a
and connect
adelantar
with
esta parte.
This VPN is on.
You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Or you live even longer and become an 80s toy commercial. This is Megatron.
Megatron fue un héroe. Miren chicos, con los Transformers sí no les sea nada, así que si hay expertos en el lore viendo este video, adelante, dense gusto.
In Cybertron's ancient past, the planet was ruled by the Functionist religious order, which decreed a Transformer's natural-born alternate mode determined their role and status in society, rather than
Ok,
letting
si
them
eso
choose
lo
for
recuerdo,
themselves.
creo que hasta
Born
Rey lo
into this
mencionó.
repressive caste system, Megatron of Tarn dreamed of something more.
So this giant Hasbro toy robot, only $5.99 at your nearest Rite Aid, wrote a manifesto on peaceful dissent that got popular with the oppressed Cybertronian working
Okay.
class. So much so, in fact, that the Senate tried to have him
Yo
assassinated.
recuerdo que
Whoa,
los
politics alert.
Decepticons
After
eran
surviving that
clase
brush with
guerrera y
death,
los
Megatron was
Autobots
convinced that
empezaron
peace
siendo
could never be an
civiles, o
option.
sea,
The only
así
path
empezó
left
una
to
guerra
overthrow the
civil,
crippling
creo yo.
social order was violent revolution.
So were the Autobots originally the bad guys here? Optimus Prime? More like Optimus Crime? Never say that Megatron wasn't committed. The civil war he started between the two groups lasted 9 million fucking
Well.
years. And again, remember, toy robots.
He was aided in his war efforts by his immensely powerful fusion cannon, a giant laser bazooka that can hit targets from 12 miles away and level a small
Una guerra
town in
entre
a single
robots,
shot.
eso sí
These
creo que sería una
projectiles are so
pérdida de
fast,
tiempo.
they're able to exit the
Nunca se
atmosphere from ground
cansan
level
ni
after
pierden
only a
muchos
single
recursos,
second. By
así que
scaling the distance of the Earth
bueno.
using the angle of this shot, the fusion cannon's projectile must be moving over 4,200 times the speed of sound.
But like me, the
Nunca
fusion
me van
cannon
a
needs a
dejar de
little time
mosquear y
to
a molestar
recharge
esos
between
números
shots. So
tan
Megatron's
sin
got some
sentido de
tools to
Death
keep the
Battle.
job going. He can close the distance with his Energon mace and block blows with his Energon shield. It helps
De
that
hecho, si
Meg's
yo
literally
fuera
fought
Death
as a
Battle,
gladiator before
o
his
sea,
time
tendré
as a
una escala
revolutionary.
como del 1
Megatron
al
can fire
100,
lasers from his eyes and arms, launch
y
buzzsaws strong enough to slice
dependiendo
through
de
solid
cómo
rock, fly
resultaran las
through the
cosas,
air,
solo
and
lo
open up a force
acomodaría
field
en
known
esa
as
escala.
a panic
Ya,
bubble.
no
Now, it
sacaría
might seem
esas
like a
cuentas
huge
tan
flaw that it lets
fumadas.
enemy combatants inside. But that's only until you realize it won't let them back out again. That's when the panic part comes in. Megatron's not trapped in there with you. You're trapped in there with him.
Megatron's Cybertronian body is strong enough to match the Autobot leader Optimus Prime, who can toss around oil tankers weighing hundreds of thousands of tons. And Megatron's metallic hide was tough enough to survive an
¿Por qué un
explosion
robot
so
se estaba
massive it launched
ahogando?
the entire planet of Cybertron through space.
By taking a look at Cybertron's mass and how fast it was sent flying to get its overall kinetic energy, Megatron must have survived a blast equal to nearly 4.5 Nina tons of TNT, enough to annihilate manipulate a small star. He can even keep up with Decepticons like Starscream, who can fly across the galaxy from Earth to Cybertron at hundreds of thousands of times the speed of light.
And he wouldn't be a transformer without being able to transform into various vehicles. A tank, a stealth bomber jet,
and a gun! Just a gun. Walter B-38, in fact.
De hecho, la
I'm sorry,
pistola
Wiz.
creo que era
I
la
know he's this
original, ¿no?
tragic revolutionary corrupted by the cycle of violence or whatever, but that is the funniest shit I have ever seen. What does he have, like his Deceptive buddies point him at people and fire?
sometimes he can fire himself too.
Oh my god. That looks even sillier.
You may be laughing, but
Las
Megatron
primeras
is no
versiones nunca
joke.
son las
By
mejores.
utilizing space bridge teleportation technology,
De hecho, a mí me
Megatron
gustaba
can
el
establish a
Megatron
remote
de
link up to a
Beast
nearby
Wars,
black hole
el que era
and
un
teleport the antimatter it
tiranosaurio.
produces to his
Ese estaba
location.
bien verde, o sea, la
Through his
transformación le
eyeballs.
quedaba
Matter and
mucho más
antimatter
brutal
means they will be
y era
mutually
mucho más
annihilated
estratégico,
in a
aunque
brilliant
también
release
lo
of
usaban
energy
de
defined by
chiste.
E equals MC squared. It doesn't matter how durable the matter is, it will be destroyed at the subatomic level.
As Megatron's war for control of Cybertron dragged on, all of his highfalutin ideals started to fall to the wayside.
In essence, there used to be a point to the war. Now, war was the point. His only goal left was to rule Cybertron with a literal iron fist.
That's where Megatron's
creo que les
greatest
ha hecho
weapon
de
came
guerra.
into play, his mind. The dude is a strategic and tactical genius who's always thinking 10 steps ahead.
He's fought powerful Transformers like Grimlock, Predaking, and the Decepticon, a being with the power of an entire
Hay un
evil
Decepticon.
universe behind it.
He and Optimus have even fought
Me
Nova
llama la
Prime and
atención, a
Regenesis
veces no
Shockwave,
crean,
both of
me
whom
da
could
por
utilize
meterme
the
un poco en
energy
el
of that
universo de
same universe.
Transformers.
Megatron once sealed
Cómo
himself
se la
inside
han
an
jalado, o
omniglobe
sea,
and commanded
dioses,
1,000
robots,
real-life battles
entidades
at once,
cósmicas
funneling every
estilo
iota of
Cthulhu,
relevant information
todo en
into
este
his brain
mundo
at
de
the same
figuritas,
time.
o sea,
The sheer deluge of data would be incomprehensible for
imaginación y
anyone
drogas
without
no
that
deben faltar
supercomputer
entre
brain.
los
But all that robot
escritores.
ass kicking ended up as a
No
draw,
sé
and
por
the
qué
only true
Morrison no ha
loser
escrito
was
un cómic
Cybertron.
de
With the planet
Transformers.
in ruins and its civilization extinguished, the Cybertronian Golden Age was long over. And the vanguard
Sí,
of its
Transformers
destruction
quiere
was
ser un Warhammer.
Megatron.
Who's
Créeme
now a
que
crusty
a
Saturday
como
morning
va,
cartoon villain with a
no me
voice that
se
sounds like
está
he smokes
volviendo
40
algo así,
packs
o
a
de
day,
hecho ya
and
es
a
algo
hate voter
así.
for his boneheaded second in command, Starscream.
After countless millennia of a humiliating stalemate with his Boy Scout rival, Megatron's
Fíjate
brilliant
que
mind
el
finally
gato
turned
Garca sí
inward.
conozco un
He
poco de
remembered
He-Man.
that his early
Nunca
writings
fui tan
advocated
fan,
for
pero
peaceful
por ejemplo
conversion
cuando
and free
subí
thought
los cómics
instead of
terminé
domination.
viendo
It
canales,
took
de
you
hecho sigo
9
Max
million
Bob y
years to
otros y
remember why
así.
you
Y
started
sí,
fighting
el
in the first
universo de
place.
He-Man
Would the memory get lost in the cloud?
In
le
what
han
was
metido
possibly
muchas
his
drogas
most
para
surprising
verse
tactical
serios,
move
pero
yet, Megatron
honestamente con
saved the universe from
Transformers
annihilation as an
no sé si
Autobot.
Canelo ya lo
He
tenga.
realized that after millions
Megatron
of years
es
of indefinite
Lovecraftiano,
war, the
yo creo
ideals
que
that he
sí.
fought for, freedom, justice, equality, had switched sides, and Megatron had to as well.
Turns out there was more to this
Un lore
supervillain
tan
than met
bueno
the
y
eye,
le dieron
because
las
true to his
películas a
nature,
Michael Bay.
Megatron
Como
transformed.
Mattel no sabe manejar sus franquicias.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Have you ever felt like your very own brain is getting in your way?
Ok,
I'm not just talking about
14.25, gracias.
Star is 10%
Time for a death battle!
Ese subtítulo me imagino que lo puso el propio Deadpool argentino. Muchas gracias, amigo.
Oh!
Freezer invadiendo Cybertron.
Greetings, noble warrior of planet Cyber whatever. I, Lord Frezzer.
Las voces de los gringos en Dragon Ball, la puta madre. La Freezer, o sea, sí es cierto que la voz de Freezer actualmente en Super ya está muy afeminada. La voz latina, lo admito. Pero es que los gringos tienen unas putas mañas de ponerles voces chillonas como si estuviéramos en quién engañó a Robert Rabbit, la puta madre. O sea, ¿qué pasa con esos güeyes?
Claim this world as my own. cheer for me or face
Es que hasta
annihilation?
parece una especie de niño. Oigan, y por cierto, la de Megatron no está mejor, está súper mal actuada. I have felt this war for billions of years. Parece que tuviera infección de garganta.
I love it when they monologue back.
Alex ahorita viene, debe estar con sus tacos. Vamos a ver un par de cosas de Star Wars.
Pity. I'll have to construct a new mothership from your corpse.
De hecho,
What's wrong? Is that clunky robot body too slow to keep up?
miren, o sea, alguien justamente decía que Megatron es muy inteligente y ahorita aquí se cogió a Frezzer, no tuvo que seguirlo, activó el campo de fuerza para encerrarlo. De las cosas más astutas que he visto en un Death Battle. Esta risa de villano. En serio. Death Battle sigue en los 80. Y al final destruyeron el planeta de Megatron, así que como que ya esto ya sale sobrando.
Where did he go?
Vamos a leer un par de comentarios. Alejandra Calderón: sigo con la idea de crear una petición en change.org para que el tío Alex no vuelva con la innombrable. Y sería buena idea porque capaz cae. Miguel Andri: bueno, Megatron tiene una ventaja, es más viejo y como Optimus Prime nació inspirado en los super robots. Sí. Darketreus: Megatron no es inteligente, perdió contra furros de colores. Alejandro Rancos: Megalón tiene mucha experiencia de batalla, eso sí. Modo Golden, está bien. Miren que al menos este año, esta temporada se están luciendo con la animación, ¿eh? Bien, eso fue interesante, que se impulsara con un disparo. Pero ¿por qué se impulsa con un disparo si ya podía volar? Al principio estaba hablando con Frezzer. La música no tiene copy. No tengo idea. No, de hecho no me han aventado todavía copyright por esto. Las Death Battles. Pero supongo Death Battle a lo mejor puede conseguir un permiso de uso. Cuando menos.
Well, doesn't this just always happen? I give it 5 minutes.
My planet!
Cybertron no creo que tenga núcleo. Es un planeta metálico.
Behold the mighty Lord Frezzer, ruler of a dying planet. My planet. Where is your army? Where is your ship?
So powerful, and yet you will wander the depths of space for eternity. All because of me! What a fool.
You despicable cretinous worm! I'll torture you until your screams
Ay,
can
la
be heard
voz
in the
de
vacuum of
Freezer,
space!
carajo, qué asco.
Die a fool's death.
You will die by my hand!
You fool!
Cortaron la energía. Death Battle, eso no tiene...
Cybertrinians must kill them all.
Cybertrianos, debo matarlos a todos. Ay, o sea que van a querer un Optimus Prime contra un Freezer.
KO! Wrong again, Frieza. It was actually 1 minute and 10 seconds. Idiot.
Carter sus 5 minutos. ¿Cuántos capítulos para eso? Creo que
Creo
fueron como 10 capítulos, aunque lo justifican diciendo que en el manga es más corto y que estaban moviéndose a velocidad flash, pero alentado para que lo viéramos bien.
Megatron is a master tactician and manipulator with millions of years of combat experience. Frieza, on the other hand, has always relied on his raw power and intimidation to win fights.
When things don't go his way, he has a tendency to freak out.
However, Frieza has survived getting most of his body obliterated and kept going.
Which meant the antimatter wasn't a surefire win. It would have to completely cover Frieza's whole body before he could react. And Frieza was way too fast for that.
While Megatron scaled to characters who could cross galaxies, Frieza has kept up with Goku, who should be at least trillions of times faster.
And on his smaller size and key force fields, Frieza had more than enough ways to avoid, defend, or survive the antimatter.
So Megatron's only option was power. While Megatron has survived planet-busting explosions and even fought with a being that had the energy
Miren,
of a universe
este
behind
versus
it,
se me hace
Golden
un poco
Frieza was
raro,
just
porque les
too
digo, no
much
es
for
que
him,
conozca
considering he
tanto de
certainly surpassed
Transformers,
Golden Beerus' punch
pero
punch.
todavía
Since
me
Universe 7
mosqueaba
as a
la
whole
idea
should be over
de
13
poner
times
a los
larger than our
Transformers
universe.
peleando
Frieza's
contra
super
seres
form
tan
can far exceed
estúpidamente
Megatron's
sin
own power.
sentido en
And
sus
that feat
poderes
happened
como
at the
los de
beginning
Dragon
of Dragon Ball
Ball,
Super.
o sea, hablando
Goku
de
has gotten
fuerza
leagues
bruta y
stronger
todo,
since then,
pero
and Black Frieza
ahorita
is
que han
currently
explicado
beyond
esto y me
him.
estoy
There was
acordando
just
de
no
algunos de
way
los
Megatron was
cómics,
strong enough to keep
cómo
up.
los
Megatron
Transformers
was
ya
a
se
devious
enfrentan a
foe,
dioses
but Frieza's power,
Lovecraftianos y
speed, and
mamadas
sheer
como esa.
survivability allowed him to crush the Decepticon
Ok,
leaders
vale,
underfoot.
se los
I guess you
compro.
could say Megatron was cool,
Lo que sí
but
me
Frieza
saca por
was
completo
cooler.
de onda
The
es
winner
que
is
si,
Frieza.
dejando de lado que considero que la pelea está muy desbalanceada,
Thanks for watching.
el ataque de antimateria de Megatron sí creo que podría acabar hasta con Goku, Vegeta, Whis y Whis. Al menos personalmente, considerando lo que es la antimateria. O sea, un ataque de antimateria, carajo, sería un puto Hakai. O sea, pero bueno, evidentemente no creo que ni ellos le hubieran hecho perder a Freezer de esa manera. Vamos a leer unos últimos comentarios. Alejandra Barrancos Calderón, por Satán, qué odiosa es la voz de Freezer. Yo también lo pienso. Miguel Leandri, lo que faltaba es que haga un rap battle de los dos personajes. Capaz lo hacen. Derek Eretus, como no ganó el gringo, es un milagro. Creo que se quieren hacer un lavado de imagen. Blondie, la música de Optimus Prime contra Gundam también está buena. Luego veo Miguel Andri, siempre a la mitad Goku siempre te deja su marca Freezer. Y Erecrit Reslot, interesante combate, pero todos sabemos que ganaría Freezer. Yo pienso lo mismo, aunque hablando de ese tema de la antimateria, igual y si le hubiera podido dejar en un empate, no lo sé. Pero bueno, chicos, lo voy a dejar aquí, voy a ir a carrear a Alex para que se apure y espero no tardemos, chicos, vamos a hablar de Star Wars. Bueno, eso fue todo.